The Coast Guard Rescue Swimmer School is a grueling 12-month process that teaches candidates how to save lives in the most dangerous condition. So of course, I had to try it out.
Austen, welcome to Coast Guard Air Station San Diego. Over the next couple days, you're gonna be undergoing some pretty intense training leading up to your final challenge. We're gonna take you out in this helicopter out into the middle of the ocean where you're gonna have 3 minutes to save someone from drowning using the techniques and procedures that you've learned over these next couple days. You think you're ready?
Did you say you're gonna drop me in the middle of this ocean?
You see any other oceans around here?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. If I look scared, it's because I am. I have exactly 3 days to master all the techniques and skills necessary to save someone from drowning, pass all the safety tests, and learn all the emergency procedures before I'm even allowed to attempt this final mission. My first stop, the Coast Guard Training Center in Petaluma, California.
So what we're doing here is the rescue swimmer land portion, PTA. In order for these guys to graduate school, they have to pass this physical training assessment.
Deadlifts, sprints, pull-ups, bodyweight rows, push-ups, 65-second planks, dead hang pull-ups, and a 300-meter run. And that's only the land portion of the test.
I thought it was 3 down and back. It's 6 down and back.
Didn't take me long to realize I was in way over my head, and I'm already fatigued. This is barely the first event out of 5 total events for the day. We still have 2 hours of pool stuff, which I'm terrible at, and another land portion workout before returning to the pool again.
I'm trying to save myself for the rest of the day. It's gonna be a long day.
Even though this is just a compressed version of the A-School program, I still am coming in last in almost every event.
That's all I got.
And I'm feeling pretty beat up. What's even worse is knowing that this is only half the initial assessment test. The second half of it takes place in, you guessed it, the pool.
All right, go, hurry up.
Enemy on deck! Last man out, class 2-4-2-4!
ASTA school is just a grind. Every day, you just wake up and get to work and fight to stay alive.
Mask and fins on, let's go. Austen, 400-yard gear swim, set, go.
I need to finish each of these tests under the average time.
You got 5 seconds to spare, Austen. You gotta pick it up.
I started out right at the time between pass or fail, but then I started to slow down.
6x50 gear sprints, set, go. And the average for all 6 needs to be underneath 37 seconds. Just over 37, Austen, you gotta pick it up, go. Right now, he's been over 37 for every single one. He would have to drop down to a 30 or 31 to actually finish.
Falling behind meant that everyone had to wait on me, and I hated every second of it.
Next evolutions, 4x50 buddy toe sprints. Average for the yard pool needs to be under 75 seconds. All right, Austen, you're gonna be a buddy toe partner for Scott over here. Scott, set, go.
You obviously have to be physically fit for everything, but when you're waking up at 7 in the morning and you know you're about to go get after it all day, that's that mental toughness that you need.
Austen, 4x50 buddy toe sprints. Go.
Once I got water in the throat, I started to panic, which raised my heart rate a lot.
Keep that snorkel in. Let's go, finish strong, blow that water out. Getting a little slower, Austen, we gotta pick it up. All of them are over the average so far. Set, go. Last evolution for the water PTA is underwater down, swim backs on the 1:15 interval.
With my heart rate so high from me choking and non-stop working out, there's no way I'm able to do this final test of the PTA without breathing. And to top it off, since I messed up the buddy toe, I'm now so far behind that the class is now finished and they're all waiting on me.
All right, Austen, I think the only thing you got to go on for the water portion of the PTA was the 400-yard gear swim. A little bit to work on here.
With the PTA portion completed, we start the main workout, the water PT.
Get your Tritons on, go, hurry up.
He's hurting a little bit.
Yeah, he's definitely hurting a little bit. He's struggling, but he's still here.
It's a good warm-up. Let's get into the workout now.
50-yard gear sprint, set, go. Go, go.
I was really hoping to get a break to catch my breath, but instead, we went straight into the next workout.
Let's go out of the pool, Austen. Flutter kicks. Ready, begin. 1, 2.
I couldn't keep up. I barely had enough energy to count my reps with my peers.
1, 2, 3.
My whole body was shutting down and I no longer could do the workout, but I knew I had to find the strength to pull through this. Not only for me, but for my team.
Our classes work as a team, they fail as a team. Everyone does the same thing. Finish your reps out. Let's go. 5 more.
3.
Let's go. 1 more 4 count.
1,
I see 1 good rep.
2, 3.
I just had to remind myself that this training isn't about the pain we endure today.
Back in the pool.
It's about the lives we save tomorrow.
Let's go. Heads up. Keep those eyes on the survivor. Let's go, Austen. I'm not on your time, you're on my time. Sea turtles, get there, stagger it up. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 10.
50-yard sprint, go. Heads up swimming, yelling U.S. Coast Guard the entire way.
U.S. Coast Guard! U.S. Coast Guard!
God damn it. Fucking harnesses are restricting me. I can't even breathe.
Last year, get him out of the pool.
After what seemed like an eternity, I finally completed the last event of the Water PT. We're moving on to our ESD training. ESD training is a method that aims to improve athletic performance by increasing the efficiency of your energy metabolism, which can help increase the ability to output power over long periods of time.
Get your assault bike set.
One question though.
Yeah.
What's with the bear?
So when our schoolhouse transferred out here to California, we thought we might as well have a bear as our new mascot. And then our very first class named it as a little bit of a joke from the movie The Guardian, Senior Chief Bear Randall, from Senior Chief Ben Randall. He needs to be out here for all the workouts, just witnessing these guys getting stronger and sometimes breaking down a little bit, but he's here to see it all.
So he's the senior chief.
He's a senior chief, yeah. We're gonna be on a 1-minute 10 interval. You're gonna row 10 calories. As soon as you hit your 10 calories, hop right off, get up to the rig, 5 burpee pull-ups, and then whatever time you get for rest is whatever time you get for rest till that 110 hits again, and then we're going again. Let's go, Austen, falling behind already. Let's go, let's go.
Things were escalating fast, and I could feel myself falling further behind. The exhaustion was hitting so hard, and the day was barely halfway through.
Let's go, Austen, catch up.
That's it right there.
That pull, you got me.
Come on, Austin. Good pace.
Let's go, you still got some in the tank. Let's go.
And while everyone's already finished, I still have 2 more rounds to go.
Keep pushing.
Despite being the slowest on the team, I have to admit, it felt good to have all the guys cheer me on.
Come on, straight down. Let's go. Get down, man. That's fine. All right, dude, on the bike. Yeah.
That kind of support, that sense of camaraderie was what kept me going through the whole workout session.
Showing up every day knowing that like, hey, yesterday was really horrible and today is gonna be just as horrible, and you just have to, okay, like I'm here, showing up. But once you get through this school, you have one of the best jobs in the world. It's all worth it.
Bye. Nice.
As after this, like we get to be helicopter rescue swimmers and join that brotherhood and sisterhood. There's only like 1,100 of ever Coast Guard rescue swimmers, so we kind of get to join that group and be a part of it and hopefully save someone's life one day. And that's like, for a lot of us, that's enough to want to stay here and figure it out.
ESD training is now complete, and it's time to get back into the water for our rescue swimmer skills practice.
For Austen, we're gonna go through a bunch of rescue swimmer skills, a non-compliant approach, front head hold, release, some safety checks before putting a survivor up in the helicopter. All right, Austen, non-compliant approach.
U.S. Coast Guard, turn around.
The people needing to be rescued are in the fight of their lives. Exhausted, desperate, maybe even uncooperative or in shock. We have to be ready for anything in case they're non-compliant.
Next, front head hold, release.
All these drills are designed to teach each student to be ready for any scenario that may happen when they go out on a mission.
So that next skill we gotta teach you, safety checks.
Head-to-toe safety checks are completed on survivors to ensure they are free of entanglements and debris prior to being placed in rescue device. They gave me 3 attempts to complete each of the 3 tasks for this event. I failed all but one. We have to move on to the final test, the person in distress rescue scenario.
This is one of the harder tests for our students to do, PDRS. In order to simulate a little more realistic rescue scenario, being out in the water, we got a couple surprises for you. 2, 1, go!
This person is in distress, and I have to take control of him. He could have been swimming in the ocean for hours. He's trying everything he can to save himself. He kept slipping from my grasp, sinking deeper each time, which only made him more panicked and uncooperative. Finally, I managed to calm him down, and that's when I signaled for the basket.
Overall, with the little fire hose information we gave Austen in 1 day of training, it was not too bad, but definitely very below the standard of what we're looking for in our candidates when they report to the school and their level of physical conditioning and comfortability in the water.
Rescue swimmer skills is completed. Let's get into the water confidence skills.
We're gonna get into a couple water confidence drills. We'll start off with just 100 over/under. Go.
Water confidence is about being pushed to the edge of panic in the water, to learn how to handle real uncontrolled fear, to build resilience and control.
All the way to the wall. Let's go. There's waves and sets coming in. We're trying to get back to the helicopter, or we're just in place trying to get to them. And so we're kind of mimicking that motion a little bit. Not quite it, Austen. You got to finish all the way to the wall. 30-30s. Sit. Go. Don't hyperventilate.
All this underwater training kept getting worse and worse.
All right, Austen, this next drill is called Buddy Brick.
Now my classmate relies on me in the buddy brick exercise, where the brick only advances forward if both of us are touching it. We take turns taking breaths.
One breath, let's go.
Brick only moves with two of you. One breath, Austen.
Underwater. Bus 0424, form it up!
Looking back on my first day, I really gained an appreciation for the dedication everyone brought to Rescue Swimmer School. It gave me the confidence that these men and women are more than capable of handling anything their job demands, no matter how tough or unpredictable the situation is. That completes Rescue Swimmer School. Now we go on to Rescue Safety Test and Prep.
Morning. Nick. My name is AST1 Nick McConnell. I'm a helicopter rescue swimmer. We're putting Austen through the basic air crew swim tests. Enter the water here, and then we'll start your swim.
The point of the swim test is to assess a candidate's fundamental swimming, skills, stamina, and comfort in the water while simulating conditions they might face in the event of a crash.
Yeah, screw down, and then you just push, blow, and then let go.
Dealing with equipment that I'm not too familiar with, it gets frustrating, especially when you're trying to use one hand at the same time that you're treading. It just gets frustrating.
Next up is the down helicopter emergency egress training, where I'll be strapped in and flipped upside down. While underwater, I'll be attempting to escape before I drown. But before we begin, I have a very important question to ask Nick.
Do I have goggles on?
Nope. You don't have goggles on when you're in the helicopter.
I'm gonna do 4 rounds of this helicopter crash simulation, while each round progressively getting harder and harder.
So we're crashing, get those doors open. There you go. All right, here we go. How's that?
You really think about it, you're like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm disoriented, and it's really easy to panic.
For round 2, we're doing the same thing, except this time I need to use my seeds bottle, which will allow me to breathe underwater.
It's a little weird breathing with the regulator because when you turn around, all the water is shoving up your nose and your ears. So you just have to remember, do not breathe through your nose any. So you just have to keep remembering to this is your oxygen.
Round 3. This time I can't use my seeds bottle until I'm underwater. For my 4th and final round, I have to incorporate everything I've done so far. By this time, I have to use a new exit strategy.
He's gonna undo his seatbelt, try to get out, and then he'll have to find his seeds bottle while he's not strapped in. You should be able to exit a crashed helicopter with no problem.
The duck syllabus was easy, but let's not forget that this is a pool. In the real world, with a helicopter and ocean waves, it's gonna be a lot harder.
Just hope. When you get in that helicopter and real life scenario, like, hope I can do it.
He's had 2 days of training. Most of us have had years of training. It's going to be a very difficult rescue for him. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it.
My name is Josh Carlson. I'm a helicopter rescue swimmer here at Sector San Diego. Today we're going to be taking Austin. We're going to be getting him into the helicopter and taking him step by step through the procedures on going from his seat to the door before he actually goes out of the helicopter. This part of the training is all for safety. The safety precautions that we take in aviation are very extensive, and so even knowing we're doing a short training mission, this mission could go very quickly from him being the rescuer to him being the person needing to be rescued. Some of these missions that we do in the Coast Guard are life-threatening, sometimes even fatal. People that we're going to save are in their most critical moment. The physical training that we do every day prepares us so when something does happen that is extremely stressful and physically arduous, we're at a level of condition to where we can tackle that task and still stay mentally coherent through the whole thing. So on days like that, you have to bring your A game. Even though those are the hardest days, they're usually the most rewarding. So how was your training up to this point?
It was brutal, really tough physically, tough mentally, and I'm just trying to recollect everything that I learned and that hopefully I can remember it.
I'd imagine you feel pretty nervous.
It's just all in my mind right now, just trying to contain it and not panic. So before we head out, I have a question for you. What's your most memorable rescue?
My most memorable rescue had to be the one I had a couple years ago. There was 21 people on a disabled vessel in a storm, about 12 to 15 foot waves, about 108 miles offshore, and they got stuck out in a storm in the middle of the night. Boat broke and we had to go out there and pick them all up. I was in the water for an hour and a half.
An hour and a half?
An hour and a half. Saved 9 people and the boats came in and picked up the rest.
So what was going through your mind when you were in the moment rescuing these people?
You fall to the level of your training where there's times where you're scared and you just have to block it out and just go for it because those people are depending on you to save them, and if you don't do it, nobody will. It's the best feeling in the world. That's why we do this job.
Now we finally can move on to the final mission.
Hey Austin, one last thing. This mission only ends one way, successfully.
Now launch to ready helo, launch to ready helo. One confirmed person in the water, 2 miles west of Sunset Cliffs. Now launch to ready helo. We are on scene at this time. We have the PIW in sight.
One harness deployment of the rescue swimmer, Austen. Swimmer's going down. Swimmer's in the water. Swimmer's away. Easy back and lift.
As I touched the water and got unhooked, I felt lost and disoriented. I couldn't even find him on the way down. Luckily, I spotted him. Now it's time to remember my training and stay focused. I kept getting pushed away from the victim by the helicopter. It felt like I wasn't making any progress. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the helicopter moved and I could make progress. It's hard to imagine all the time and effort put into rescuing just one person who may be seconds from death. Every push, every dive, every moment spent in the water is a step towards that single mission, saving a life. It's about choosing to be the one who shows up when everything is at its worst. You train for months, pushing through exhaustion and fear, because when the time comes, you're their only hope. For someone like Josh, this isn't just training. It represents something much larger. One day, it won't be a simulation. It'll be real, and they'll be ready.